people may get election results later than they're used to tonight here in Travis County. The county clerk would like voters to know, though, that hitting refresh right at 7 as the polls close may be a thing of the past. KXAN's Grace Reeder is following all this for us and joins us now here in studio. Grace, thank you for tracking all of this.
Absolutely.
This is a big change. Can you first just explain why that's happening?
Sure. So first, a reminder that during the primaries works different than the other elections in that it's not just the county clerk running it, it's also the Travis County Republican and Democratic parties.
Right.
So this was a stipulation from the Republicans that the clerk cannot start counting early voting totals until Election Day. Previously, we've got that gap, right, between early voting and when Election Day is, and previously they've been able to calculate all of those early voting totals in that gap, and then they save them, hold on to them, and then when Election Day is done, they would publish those. So right around 7 o'clock, we would really get those early voting totals. So now, because they can't start counting until today, it was 9 a.m. this morning, we are likely to see a delay in that, and again, that was a request from the Travis County Republican Party.
Okay, so that'll be good for people to know, especially if they tune into our live stream later this evening. Normally we would have those numbers to share right at 7 and people can watch for the election results as they come in, but it's interesting to note that this might be a little bit delayed today. When will we see those results, if not right at 7?
So we don't really know yet. When I talked to the Travis County clerk, she rambled off some times that might be possible, and they ranged anywhere from 7:30 to 10 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
I do have some details on, when we might see those in terms of what needs to happen first. So we do know that during early voting, there was roughly an hour and a half when people were in line at 7 and there was roughly an hour and a half till they could get through some of those people during early voting. And so a reminder that they don't release these totals until the last vote is taken. So until Election Day is done, we won't get any of those totals before that. So we'll start with that information. But the clerk also saying that it takes a couple hours, at least several hours, to do that those early voting calculations. And so there's a lot of hours in there, is what I'm saying. It could be, 10 o'clock before we get those results. It's just to be seen.
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it comes much sooner than that.
I know.
Is every county doing this? Is this happening in other places besides Travis?
No and not yet is the answer to that question.
Okay.
So we reached out to the Secretary of State's office. They have not heard of other counties doing this, but the reason that the Travis County Republican Party asked for this is because there's a state law that was passed last year that could make this universal in Texas. That Senate bill is not in effect yet because the Secretary of State's office still has to put together a report, and so it's unclear when that may actually go into effect, but what it would do is essentially close the gap between early voting and Election Day. It would take away those 4 days that we have between the end of early voting and the beginning of Election Day we have right now, and would therefore make it so that they couldn't do the count in that time period. So it would essentially do the same thing, make it so that those early voting totals could not be calculated until Election Day.